war never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hon.
You think?
You fucking
Absolutely.
are.
Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Shut up, Nora. Hey everybody, this is Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone, and guess what? It is time for Dankout 4. Yes, I am going to call it a Dankout. We are going to get into that. Just a quick word in advance. I chose not to do the intro because I'm pretty damn certain that I am very likely to get copyright struck on that, and you know what? I'm a little bit over that kind of thing. I don't really want to deal with that. So, we're just going to start off on the character creation, seeing Codsworth go by. So yes, let's just get our character creation done here. To be frankly, perfectly honest with you, I am not all that interested with what the face looks like, aside from giving him a clean shave.
Okay.
Bitch, I do not want your opinion. So yes, we're done with the character creation. I'm perfectly fine with Nate looking like this. So let's get this shit started. Here we are in, well, it's our future really, but technically not our future. It's the year 2077, October something other, and we're just living in our perfect, wonderful, plastic, fantastic world. So let's just have a look around. See here, everybody knows what's here. Ooh, close the door. Hey, honey. Nah, your pants aren't good. All right. Yes, it's actually very wonderful to get a good look at what the year 2077 was like before the war. I like this touch. I think it's a very nice touch for a Fallout game to begin. Thank you, Codsworth. I like the TV. I don't like that part, though. So yes, here in our perfect 2077 life.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite.
Mine too. Let's have a drink. Beautiful. You can, of course, walk around, spend your time poking at every little thing. And to be honest, there is an event trigger that occurs. When you look across the street, you can just make out the Vault-Tec rep right there. But on this TV here, when you hear the guy start talking about the weather in Borneo or whatever like that, that is about the point that this guy across the street will actually start approaching us. Okay. High 52 on Monday. He's going to start talking about the weather in Borneo. It gives us a chance to walk around and look at all the various shit. Let's pop open our fridge.
Nuka-Cola. Ice cold.
Damn right it's ice cold.
Looks like the milk got delivered.
Honey, do you know anything about that? Anyways.
Saddle up Salisbury steak. Graded A+.
I think it's nice to get to see what Salisbury steak actually looks like.
It's
Oh,
probably that salesman.
Vault-Tec salesman, time to get back to the game. Okay. Hello.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Hello. Let's be nice to him. Good morning.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Dude, you got a bit of a frog in your throat there, man. I know how it is. Well, yeah, but glad you're here. Come on. What's up?
Then I'm glad you caught up with me.
Oh, me too. You have no idea. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
See, just from the tone of his voice there, I kind of feel like he knows something that he's not outright telling us. Either that or he's just really been warped by the government. I don't know. But it sounds to me like he's got some urgency in his voice and he truly believes what he's shilling. So, yeah, well, yeah, sure, sounds great.
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Sure.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid. Splendid. Now, let's see.
So you can kind of tell by my choices of, well, in this case it's X, but on the Xbox One controller it would be A, that I'm going to be a nice guy here. But just for starters, and this is, you know, kind of part of sort of related to the danking, I'm going to just start off by naming my character Nate, and I'm going to go ahead and give his aspects all just 4s, because I don't honestly care. This is not the final build, guys, okay? Before anybody goes freaking out, this is not the final build. It's just my placeholder build. I promise. Alright.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
You and
Woman,
Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
woman, I didn't marry you because I love you. I married you because I got you knocked up with a baby.
Mr. Nate.
What?
Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth.
Oh. You ruined my dramatic, creepy close, and then you warped out. What the hell, Codsworth? Anyways, alright, let's go pretend to care about our kid. Hello, who's a good boy? Oh, no, wait.
How are the 2 most important men in my life doing?
He's not a dog.
Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
Bitch, don't tell me how to play with my son. It's nice that we're actually still hearing the, or at least seeing the text from the TV, even though we can't possibly hear it right now.
Hey, how's my little guy? Much better now, huh? Listen, after breakfast,
Huh?
I was
What?
thinking we
What?
should go to the park
What?
together.
What?
It should hold up.
Oh! Oh! Oh, that was terrifying. Awesome, I love it when there's glitches. Okay, sounds fun.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir? Mum? You should come and see this.
Oh,
Codsworth? What's
what
wrong?
could be wrong with Codsworth? Alright, let's get this shit over with. We know what we're getting to here.
Yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions.
It's actually kind of weird that the closer you get to the TV, the harder it is to see. I guess it's a somewhat realistic glare effect, just it's kind of cool that you can walk around and you see the glare changing on the screen. I like that. That's a nice touch.
Confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York,
Nuclear what nations?
Pennsylvania.
Oh no.
My God.
Sucks to be them.
Oh my god.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
Alright, let's run for our lives. It's the apocalypse. Now, different to my customary way, I am actually playing with the controller this time. I'm just doing that because it kind of fits the playstyle a little bit better on this. And there are certain things that you miss out on if you're using mouse and keyboard in a Fallout game. So, for the purposes of what I'm trying to do, I'll just stick with the controller, and that has kind of forced me to completely change my loadout and my build. But we'll get into the real build of everything later on. Let's let the drama get out of the way. You, let me in.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male,
Yes,
adult female. Okay, go ahead.
my name is Adult Male. Yes,
What's gonna happen to all those people
We're
outside the
doing
gate?
everything we can. Now keep moving.
we don't care about them, Nora.
Step on the
Get
platform.
to Destiny, now. Okay, we've stepped onto the Destiny circle. Now let's watch the fireworks.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Boom. There it goes. Whoo!
Hold on!
Can you imagine just seeing that shit? Oof. Probably be the last thing you see, to be honest, at that range. That sucked.
We did it. We made it.
Sure we are.
Everyone please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
Okay.
Worry, folks. We'll get
Oh, come on, I don't believe any of your vault
vault
bullshit.
Vault 111.
We know you fucks with
A
people.
better future underground.
Yes, up the stairs. This way.
Yes, Mail. That is my family name.
Over to the table. Take a seat.
You'll need your suits before we can take you further.
Pick up the
Sure.
seat right over there.
Thanks. What now?
Just follow the doctor here.
As you can tell, this part of the game is you're pretty much on rails here. You don't really have much option of what to do. Of course, everybody knows that, you know, if you dick around too long outside and go out of the bounds, then, you know, nuclear explosion happens and you die anyways. So, you know, that's not news to anybody.
It's gone. Our home.
Let's just walk along. Again, we're kind of stuck into the time frame of how the opening scene goes. So, you know, just walk along at his pace. See, this is one of the things that playing with a keyboard doesn't get you, okay? You can go full tilt, or you can go at a very slower pace. Obviously, you'll be going faster when you're, you know, out in the world. But with the mouse and keyboard, you do not get this slow creep, which is very important for sneaking, and I feel like I do kind of want to do some sneaking.
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
Bitchin', let's get started.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Yes, sir. Let's see what ridiculous angle I can get my head to freeze in here. Woo, woo, woo. Where will my head freeze for all of eternity?
Occupant vitals normal.
Come on, come on. I want to get like some really neck-breaking ass shit. Let's do this. Let's do it like this. Oh my god, our head is gonna be so fucked up.
4, 3,
God damn. That's where we're stuck. Whiteness.
manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Aw, bullshit. No, they don't save the way your head was turned. That sucks. I know they didn't, but still. Yeah, apparently my head moved back into a normal position after I got frozen. I'm sure I don't have horrendous neck scars. Alright, let's just watch our wife get murdered and our son get stolen. Get all the cinematics and shit out of the way.
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
No, I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Well, that sucks.
Get the kid out of here. Let's go.
Ooh, you're a pretty one.
Cryogenic reinitialized.
I'm sorry if I'm talking over what folks want to see, but I mean, come on, it's been out for a couple years now at least, so I mean, there's no surprises in this one. And I wake up again. Okay. Come on, open the door so we can begin playing the game. We've already burned almost like 15 minutes on just this intro shit. Woof. Alright, so now we are in control of our character. I always like to open up the pod and get the wedding ring. I'm gonna pretend my character, you know, I care. No, I'm not actually gonna pretend I care. I'm just gonna grab the ring and fucking go.
And I'll get Sean back.
So while we're working through the vault, let's just talk a little bit about what's going on here. This is going to be a Dankout, and by Dankout I mean I am going to be doing the dank treatment on it. What is a dank, you may ask? Well, really takes some explanation to go into it, but maybe it'll help if I explain the rules of a dank. Number one, a dank is something that you do to make the game easier on yourself. Rule number 1 is that you cannot call a dank anything that is a cheat. If it is not part of the built-in game, then it is not a dank. Mods aren't danks, cheats aren't danks, none of that's a dank, okay? So you won't be seeing any of that on this channel. Number 2, a dank has to be something that gives you an advantage, whether it be early game, and to be frank, most danks occur early game, or late game. It can include anything from exploits to certain strategies. Essentially, it just means that I'm going to be taking advantage of as many things as possible that are actually in the game for me to use and be fair. Now, I am just going to collect every little piece of rubbish. Kill a rad roach, that's fine. I'm going to eat the meat later.
Giant
Well, actually, I'm not.
roaches? What the hell?
I did not want to sit down. God, everybody has this moment, don't they? The forced sit because you took too much shit. So yeah, those are the rules of a dank. No cheats, no mods, and basically take any advantages. Now, of course, a dank comes along with a plan, obviously, and I do have a plan. I do have what I consider a decent plan for getting started in the world, and it's not going to be anything that's surprising to anyone. I'm pretty positive. I'm going to grab everything, all the junk in here, mainly the mugs, because I do want the ceramic that's going to become valuable and useful later on. But, you know, I'm just trying to get my hands on whatever stuff I can find. So just double check around, make sure I didn't miss anything. No coffee mugs remain behind. Can't take the canisters, that's fine. Alright. Ooh, wait, coffee mug on the table. Let's go. Let's get the baton back out. Now, normally a rad roach just walks through there. There he is. Come on. Come on. Ow. I'm getting hurt now? Go screw yourself. Oh yeah, by the way, I might as well show folks, I am playing on normal mode. See? Difficulty normal. I use normal because, well, I'm not that hardcore, and I think this is actually how the makers of the game intended us to enjoy this game, with the way that it's balanced. Normal mode generally means that they've balanced it for that the game is set up so that way you can have as much fun as possible and not too much difficulty. By the way, I will grab battered clipboards because they are a source of springs, and of course I'm going to be doing some crafting. Kill, kill. Glorious, glorious meat. Of course, you can just stop by a water fountain at any point during this and drink back your health. It's obviously a tutorial area, and they're making an effort to tutorialize you. So, get all the good stuff. But I'm going to stick with the baton for now. I don't want to waste any. Ammunition. There's nothing in the vault that honestly needs a gun to be used. Just double check. File cabinet, no. I did grab the glasses because I'm probably going to be using those. And let's just crack open the terminal. Let's just get that overseer's evacuation tunnel open. Open. Not going to spend too much time on the lore here, guys, except where applicable. Ooh, bobby pin. Nice. Definitely get bobby pins when you can. And it's the Hall of Rad Roaches. Let's just see how absolutely lol-tastically we can screw this all up. One more? Alright. It's a shame you can't find any legendaries in here. Dook-a-dook-a-dook-a-dook. Oh yeah, a dank is also something that is easily repeatable, something that is a guarantee. So if it's something that's completely random, it's not a dank. If it's something that you're depending upon happening, it's not going to happen necessarily. If it's not guaranteed to happen, it is not a dank. So then, I'm going to be focusing mainly on things that I know are guaranteed to be in places. So I might as well go ahead and drop the bomb on this one here. I am not going to be making use of any random legendary drops. Yes, I am denying myself that capability because you cannot depend upon random legendary drops. They may be amazing weapons that change the game and make it so much more fun to play, but I'm not going to use them on this one because, again, you cannot depend on specific legendary drops. That is not to say I will not be taking advantage of unique weapons and armor that are guaranteed to be there. Oh, I'm definitely going to take use of those, but nothing that drops from any random legendary enemy. Nothing that is not a guaranteed drop. Of course, I'm going to use what the game gives me outside of that. If I get a nice new gun, or if I get, you know, just something cool, then I'm going to make use of it. Let's put our Pip-Boy on. God, this takes forever, doesn't it? When you're trying to put on a show. It is cool to see the Pip-Boy boot-up sequence, though, and how the dust mysteriously clears itself off the screen after you're done with your thumb. But cool. Alright, so it's just telling us how to use the Pip-Boy. I'm going to press select to bring it in closer, just because that's how I roll with the Pip-Boy. And I'm going to trigger the vault door sequence. I like that you got a little plug-in thingy on your Vault Boy, or I'm sorry, on your Pip-Boy that allows you to open up vault doors. It's not just something any random schmuck who can flip a switch can do. It is pretty cool. But let's go around and just collect any little bits of ammo that we can find. There's always some ammo in that locker and some, you know, right over here. And I guess let's just watch the vault door open. Now, I am going to allow myself one luxury that I can do because it's, you know, the PC version. Obviously, it's the PC version. I'm going to allow myself the use of console commands only in one very specific way, which we will discuss in just a minute. Beautiful. Okay, so, quick note. Before we exit the vault, we're going to wait for the elevator to come down and for the gate to open fully. Finally. Keep going. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to make a save here. And I am making this save because what I intend to do is delete any previous saves. Alright, this is our save 0. This is the last save that you can make before you leave the vault. This is the last moment you have before you can change your mind. And that's why I chose Nate and did all 4s. It's because I wanted to go ahead and just have a clean save file in case I decided I wanted to do a different character. This is a good clean file to start from. Now, pardon the momentary blip for a moment. There we go. I just did that to bring up my build chart. I don't know if I can bring it on screen. Nope, I can't. But basically, I've already worked out what I want to do as far as the stats go. So let's plunge into this. I'm going to change my name and special attributes. Now, I am so tempted to say adult male, simply because, yeah, that's a good joke. But no, I want something that Codsworth can actually say, so it's going to be Alex, because that's my name. So let's zero out all our stats, or just, you know, one out all the stats, and then I will tell you how I plan to do things. Alright, so my starting strength will be 2. My perception will be 9. Endurance, 1. Charisma, 1. Intelligence, I'm going to get that up to 5. Agility, 9. And luck is just going to stay 1. This is the build that I'm going to start with. Perception is incredibly useful if you're doing a VATS run, which, you know, I'm very bad at aiming with the analog stick, so I'm going to be heavily dependent upon VATS in battle. Agility is also very important for VATSing because it's what gives you your action points, so I'm not maxing that out because we're going to get the bobbleheads that get these things up. Endurance would be a nice to have, and we are going to get our charisma up, I promise you. Strength, I would like that to be 3, but we're going to get a bobblehead that'll take care of that, so no worries. And intelligence, I would like it to end up at 6, but again, the intelligence bobblehead's very easy to get early in the game. So we're accepting these, and we're finished exiting the vault now. And we rise to the surface. Always the blurry moment in a Fallout game. Always the blurry moment where we come up from the underground and we have no fucking clue what's going on, but oh my god, as our vision clears, shit's fucked up. I'm actually curious what we can see and how far we can see from here. Is that the red rocket over there? I think that is the red rocket, you know. Yeah, that is. That's, yeah, right there. Cool, you can see the red rocket from up here. So, alright, first order of business. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of looting. Just grab up our Nuka-Cola bottle. Nuka-Cola's all that. Wrench, whatever. I'm not going to get the folder. I'm just going to get stuff that can be scrapped. Stuff that can be put in the bench. Hot plates are good. I like those. Baseball gloves also. Good for leather. And just don't forget to grab the cram. Grab the fan. Just grab all the stuff that you can. We've got fairly low strength, so we can't handle a bunch of stuff. But, you know, we're going to do it. Now, there are a couple technical things that I'm doing here. And, you know, maybe I'll make a separate video that talks about how I do it. Fallout games just have a habit of crashing. Bethesda games in general have a habit of crashing. What I've done is I've used an NVIDIA something or other to limit my frame rate on this game to 60 frames per second. Number one, 60 frames is just fine to see what you need to see. And number two, well, YouTube can't display above 60 frames per second. Not going to go into great detail about how I managed to do that here, but it's just one way I'm doing it to help stop the game from crashing. Sanctuary Hills, you don't look so good. So, let's go ahead and talk to Codswiggle. Getting the fucking lamppost.
As I live and breathe.
You don't.
Oh, it's really you.
It is. Hey, what happened, yo?
Codsworth. What happened to the world?
The world, sir? Well, besides our geranium still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Mrs. Beck. Where is your better half, by the by?
You're full of shit, Codsworth. They killed her.
They killed her.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Nope, they took him.
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
Only because the game's story demands it. I don't actually care about the kid.
You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
Alright, 200 years, you say?
200 years? What? Are you?
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
And I'm pretty sure this is a guaranteed to pass speech check. I have never failed this even with Charisma 1. Let's give it a go.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
Yep, you can't fail it.
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car. How do you polish rust?
Alright, Codsworth, stop being a bitch.
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
I know you guys think I'm being a bit mean to Codsworth, but I'm coming from a standpoint of how useful he is in the game, and he's pretty fucking useless. I mean, sure, he's great as a companion, but I don't do companions. It's not something I do. With one exception that I'll make, but Codsworth just... He's a useless villager. Let's just say that. As a settler, he sucks dick. Shut up, Codsworth. Thanks.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
Sounds great. You get at it.
Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
Alright, and so now it opens up. So I'm going to let Codsworth go and deal with the bloatflies. He's got this. I'm just going to go through and clean up the rad roaches, mainly for their meat, but also because I want to have a clean slate to work with. Fuck off. There you go. 2 rad roaches in this house, and there'll be 2 more rad roaches at the front of town. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Smack that. And one's going to pop up here, smack that. There we go. Okay, so Codsworth, he should probably have polished off the flies by now. Let's go see what he's up to. Run. I have altered the controls just a little bit. Just slightly better reflect the Fallout 3 controls. But, you know, that's my prerogative, however you guys want to play it. So, first things first, let's grab our skill magazine. Let's go get the Your Special book. And I'm going to go ahead and give my agility a boost because, yeah, I can get it to 10, and actually beyond with the bobblehead, but to be honest with you, that bobblehead's just, it's a pain, so, you know, I'm not going to bother with getting the bobblehead. Okay, so Codsworth, he's probably done mopping up the flies. As I recall, they are in this house. Yes. I want the bloatfly glands and meat. Mainly the glands because they provide acid, and acid is useful. There's usually 2 or 3 bloatflies in a house. I only see 2 this time. Yeah, only 2. I mean, oh, wait, there you go. There's a 3rd. Oh, and I'm going to take this dog bowl. Don't ask me why. I'll tell you why later. And the other house. I guess there's always 3. Maybe I just miss them most of the time.
Mr. Alex.
Yes.
Your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Yeah, it's okay though.
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, sir. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
Thanks.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, sir. You'll find young Sean. I know you will.
Sure, eventually. Okay, let's just go mop up the fly carcasses. Good, good. Just gonna take everything off of them. You'll notice I'm not picking up any of the shit yet. There's a reason behind that. We'll get to that later. Only 2 carcasses in this house? Huh. Oh, wait, what? No, okay. No, I'm not checking stuff. Guys, I'll get to that. Come on, I know you guys are just biting your nails and chewing your lips over this, but it's okay. Trust me. I promise you, all this shit will be broken down. Ah, there's the corpse. Okay. So let's do a little bit to get started here. And here we are going to get into the one luxury that I'm going to allow myself. Let's just open up the workshop and get that tutorial out of the way. I am allowing myself the use of the console for, well, one purpose that is 2 purposes. Number 1, and I'm just switching over to my sheet here because, you know, I need to have my notes up. Number 1, clearing out settlements is a pain in the ass, okay? I'm going to do the scrap all command. So scrap all, and that breaks down everything that's in the entire settlement. Now, I do this because you can just go through and break everything down, okay? It's not cheating, really. It's not giving myself too much of an advantage. It's just a time saver. It's a quality of life improvement, so to speak. So I don't consider this to be a cheat. So I'm also going to be using the console to bring back the various weapons, armor, and such benches, mainly because they were already in the town. When I scrapped them all, they did not get stored. Unfortunately, you do not have the ability to store anything in the shop unless you have the required skills to bring it back. So, and I think that's kind of bullshit. So since the town already had one of every bench type that you're going to need, I'll be summoning those back with console commands. But I am going to try and give myself a little bit of an early game advantage now. Since I've scrapped everything in this area, and God, it looks so much nicer when you do that, then I'm going to basically power level myself by building shit up. Now I'm pretty sure you guys know about this. This is a very well-known thing. As you build, you gain experience, and so I'm going to just build up a shit ton of stuff. The choices of what I'm going to build, though, is maybe a little bit different. Now, as far as as far as efficiency of items go, you do actually have a lot more efficiency if you're going for something like, let's say, the wooden posts. I'm trying to find where those are. Probably part of fences. No. Okay. Miscellaneous. Well, anyways, the cheapest things to build with wood mainly are fence posts, and you can build those right away. But I don't consider that the best thing to use because I'm kind of, for the same reason I did scrap all, I'm pressed for time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead over to the paintings. Actually, I'll start off with the lettering. And I'm going to move on over to just the number 0. Now, I'm not going to make everybody out there sit through this, but basically I'm going to be doing this. And as you can see, just the experience is flying up. This is probably the most efficient use of steel. You're not going to build anything for less than 2 steel. But this is going to take a while. I'm going to be going through basically another 500 some odd of these. So I'm just going to cut to when I've actually used up this lot of steel. Alright, phew, and I went through all that steel. Basically used up all the steel in my settlement. Now what I'm going to do is scrap all again, and half of that steel gets refunded to me. Sorry guys, you can't do this infinitely. When you do a scrap all or just even a regular scrap, it only refunds you about half, rounded down of course, of the actual materials that you put into it. So as you can see now, I have half as many small number zeros to make as before. So I'm just going to do this again, and I'm just going to completely exhaust and scrap all everything and then move on to the next resource I'm going to waste the hell out of. Okay, and as you can see, I am down to basically 0 steel. I'll just scrap that. 1 steel. Now, I'm very well aware, folks, that, I could be doing fence posts and such as far as the wood goes, because that's the other most plentiful thing. But I'm not going to be doing that. What I'm going to be doing is paintings instead. And the reason that I'm going to be doing paintings instead of wooden posts is because, well, I can just do them up against the wall here and hammer it away. I don't have to walk around and blah, 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 all this shit, maneuver my way through town. That's a little bit more trouble than I want to go with. So we're just looking for the cheapest painting, and I do believe the cheapest paintings are 3. So we'll just go ahead and use this thing, and same as before, just pile it on. I'm going with this particular painting also, mainly because some of the other paintings will kind of stack on top of each other and push you back. That's just a hassle. So, gonna do the exact same thing here with the wood. It's gonna take considerably longer than with the steel, and I'll catch you back when I'm done with that. Now, I stopped not because I'm out of wood, but because I'm out of size on there, and that's something that will happen, unfortunately, as you're doing this, especially with the wood parts. So, when you run out of size, just do the thing you normally do and scrap all and exit and come back, and there you go. You can start over again. Continuing. Okay, and I'm done with all the wood. As you can see, I only have 1 wood left. Now, there is one more resource I'm going to burn through, and that is going to be rubber. And I'll just show you a quick little glance into the workshop here. Essentially, what I'm going for is just to basically burn through anything that I've got a fuck ton of. And that's going to be wood and steel for the most part. I got quite a bit of rubber, to be honest. yeah, rubber is probably going to be the third most plentiful thing you're going to have. And I've got something that I'm going to use the rubber on. I'm not going to waste the ceramic, though. Not wasting the ceramic or the cloth. I'm going to need those for things. So I'm just going to go ahead and focus on getting rid of the rubber. Now the rubber, let me just get into this here. There you go. Rubber is used on floor coverings, and I just want to use pure rubber here. So basically dropping these down. I could do these other ones, but they're much larger and yada yada. So I just want to do the one that uses up the least amount of rubber. Now unfortunately these do stack on top of each other, as you can see, so you're going to have to move back just a little bit like I'm doing. But let me just go ahead and burn through the rubber and I'll rejoin you in just a moment. Okay, and that didn't take so long at all. So just to review, looking in the thing here, our rubber is down to practically 0. Let's switch over to the junk tab there. Our rubber is pretty much gone. Nope, just 1 left. So that's all that I'm going to spend it on. Now I know, guys, I know if I had gone with a much higher intelligence, I'd be able to get more experience from that. But you know what? I've tried it. I've tried it with max experience doing that, and all I got was like 1 extra level. So what am I doing with all those levels up? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is just max out Charisma as far as I possibly can. Now, as I recall, the Charisma bobblehead is available only in the Insane Asylum. I'm not interested. So I'm just going to max out my Charisma. Why? Well, because I want to pass speech checks. Also, I would quite like to be able to barter at a reasonable price. So I'm going to do that. And let's discuss why I chose some of the things I chose. Now, beyond 6, there's a great deal of stats that just really don't give you much for the value. At least they're not of much use to me. So, you know, I chose Intelligence 5 because with the bobblehead that'll get me up to 6 and be able to do Science. So I'll be able to make some nice guns. And, well, you know, things will become clearer as we go, let's just say. So, I've got 3 more to go with. I'm going to take as many ranks of Gunslinger as I can because I'm going to be using pistols almost exclusively, really, in this. And I think, Lone Wanderer. Yes, I do want carry capacity. So, boom. So, our loadout for going into the game is like this. Alright, 2 strength, this many perception, 9 I believe, 1 endurance, full on charisma from all those levels. We got 5 intelligence, which will be raised to 6 with a bobblehead, 10 agility, and luck, well, we'll get that up later on. Luck is actually a good stat. So, pretty cool. I like how that turned out. Now, we're just going to do a couple things to get the homestead ready. Alright? Because I would like to actually use my settlements, and I'm going to use my settlements like that. Oh god, what did I do? I screwed up. Oh well. I used up all my steel before I made any beds. But you know what? That reminds me, it is now time to bring back all the lovely little things that we destroyed, at least the weapons benches. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me press the right button to get into work mode. And again, this is the only other luxury I'm going to allow myself, although I will be doing scrap all in every settlement we come to. I will no longer be doing that experience grind thing. This happens once in the game, and that's it. I'm just going to be doing scrap all in all the other settlements we come to, purely for the purposes of convenience. I've burnt through all the steel and wood in this particular settlement, but I'm going to get all that I need from the other settlements. So let's start bringing back our benches. And I'm not going to go ahead and skip past this. Player.place at me. And for the weapons bench, it is 17E787. You can put 00 at the beginning, but if it's hexadecimals, anything that begins with a 0, you can take away the first couple zeros. So that brings that back. I'm going to delete that and bring back 12EA9B, which is the armor bench. I'm going to bring back 1487C1, which is the chemistry bench, 157FEB, oops, let me fix that, 157FEB, which is the power armor station, and finally 2476B7, which is the cooking station. Now when you do that, it's just going to all appear in a nasty little mess in front of you. That's okay, I'm just going to arrange things, just going to arrange them, there we go. Get this one over here up against the wall. Yeah, that's flush. Now, chemistry station, I like to set that up right here. In case anybody's wondering, this part with the pipe on it, that's on the front, you see that little pipe on the front there, that pipe right there? That's the part that you actually approach the bench from. So, you know, if you're having trouble facing it, just remember it's the part with the pipe on it. I'm just going to put that down, but I'm gonna try and line it up a little bit better with the edge here. So, yeah, that looks good to me. And let's see, weapons workbench. It's going to go in the spot that the game puts it in, although I'm hoping not to clip it into the wall too much. If you want to get a little bit closer, that can help you fine-tune where you move things. Let me just get in. Nope. Okay. A little bit closer. I just don't want the chains to be clipping into the wall. Good enough. The armor workbench I'm going to put over here in the back, and yes, that little vacuum hose that you see there on the end of things, right attached to that drum, that's the part that you face in order to use it, so, you know, face it accordingly. And you know what, that's as good and up against the wall as I want it to be. Finally, what happened to the cooking station? Did I even summon that? Oh, of course it didn't. Alright, 247 6B7. There we go. And just your standard cooking station. Nothing here is anything that didn't already exist in Sanctuary Hills. I like to place it with the cinder blocks facing that way, because the cinder blocks are what you sit upon. Nothing here that Sanctuary Hills didn't already have. No cheating happening here. All I did was just a scrap all to make things quicker. One more thing we got to sort out while we're in town before we press on to the main game. There's a little cellar behind this particular house right here, this blue house on the edge of town to the left of the tree. Little storm cellar, little root cellar, and it's got some stuff in there. I want to try and get as much of the initial minutia out of the way in the first episode as possible, because come the next one we're going to be putting plans into motion. Okay, but again, this is a dank, so most danks happen early game, right at the start of the game if you can, and that's kind of the idea, is because you want to make life easier on yourself going through the game, and the earlier the better. I'm just going to completely empty out this place, all the crap. I suppose some of the stuff that I'm yoinking from these is something that
I don't think I can pick this.
Could have gone into me building beforehand, so maybe I should have come here before doing the scrap all. But hey, it's no big deal. I mean, we're only talking about 1 or 2 or 3 more items that I could have made. It doesn't make the difference between levels. Alright, one more. Now, I should also mention, just for the sake of mentioning, in the settings under audio, I've turned the radio completely off. And that's because, well, you know, radio is just gonna kind of call down the YouTube censors on me here, unfortunately. And I know it's something they gotta do, it's not their fault. But the problem is I haven't actually found a way to disable all the in-game radios that are going to be playing music in the background, so I do hope that the content claims don't hit me too hard when I'm walking by a radio. I'll try to turn them off when I come close to them. Whoop, there we go. Okay. Just head on back to the workbench, and I'm just going to stow all the junk, because I've got some junk here. Let me just stow all the junk. Always, whenever you're returning to your settlement, stow all your frippin' junk. Now, I'm going to take all, just so I can get everything out of there, and I'm going to store all junk again, so that way I've got a full inventory. Now, this part here, this is a bit random, because you don't know what you're going to get given when you ransack the town, when you scrap all everything. When you scrap a safe, it does give you everything that was inside the safe, which is very, very nice. So that's part of why, you know, I did that, because I don't really care about lockpick, and if you scrap a safe, even without scrap all, you're still going to get all the stuff that's in it. So let's see, very good stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and fave the frag grenades and the Molotov cocktails, because explosives are damn useful. Pipe pistols, well, those are going to get scrapped, but we'll do that later. The main thing that's random is apparel. So let's see what we have as far as apparels. Ooh, Sea Captain's hat. That's good, you really want that. Endurance of 2 is nice, it adds some extra HP on there. Wedding ring I'm going to de-equip. Let's see if there's anything better that I can wear. It's kind of a good idea to keep one Charisma 2 item on hand. And let's just see what the summer shorts look. Okay. Alright, no, that's not going to work. Checkered shirt and slacks. Let's see, does that look any better? Oh yeah, that's a lot less. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to stick with the Vault 111 jumpsuit because I didn't get any better under things in this particular role. But fear not, there's stuff that we want later on and we know where to get it. Bowler hat, would be nice, but I've got the Sea Captain's hat. It's got better endurance. But I will go ahead and wear the eyeglasses because they get my perception up. And that's very nice. So, let's see, can I build anything here? There's some stuff I would like to build, but I don't think I've got the steel for it. No, wait, 9 beds? Well, actually, that's all I need, so cool. Let me go ahead and get this initial settlement crap out of the way. I'm just going to build about 9 beds. Well, probably more like 6. I don't really plan to have that many settlers, just enough to do what I need to do. Oh god, that's terrible. Hold on. Be on the floor, bed. Be on the floor. Be on the floor. There we go. Oh yeah, I should also mention I have disabled Far Harbor, Nuka World, and shit, what's the name of that? Automatron, mainly because I don't like those things being in my primary game, okay? We'll get into more of that later, but I don't want anything from the DLCs intruding into my game this early on. I want to get to those when I feel like getting to those. So, Automatron, Nuka World, and Far Harbor have been disabled until I actually get to doing those. Okay. That's just one more bed right there. I'm going to go build a couple in this house. 9 beds is plenty. I'm not going to need that many. I'm not going to have that many settlers hanging around. But I just want to get these beds in there. Oh, shit. You know what? I forgot one thing. I forgot. I'm going to set up my room. Now, I know this is the house that I lived in before the war, and it's pretty and all that. But you know what? I feel like this is my home. This is where all the cool stuff is happening. This is where the workshop is. This is where all the benches are. I'm going to put my bed in this room, and this is going to be my house. This right here. Boom. Okay. Any more beds I want to make? Yeah, to be honest, 6 is probably plenty. So I'll just, I'll leave it at that. Let's see, what else do I want to make? Containers. I do like to make my little containers there. And yes, I've got enough for 1 footlocker. Beautiful. So I'm going to build this footlocker right here. I use footlockers. Don't have enough steel, but I can make 1 steamer trunk. Now, with the steamer trunks, where you see these little doodads on the front, like the back is the okay. This is the front of the steamer chest. This is the back. You can see the seam here. Just you know, just deal with it. So I'm just going to try to place the steamer trunk right about here, and this is going to be where I put all the legendaries. Let me see if I can move it over a little bit closer. I just want to move it up as far against the wall as I can. And that's about as far as I can go. So this right here, this footlocker, is going to be where I keep all of the stuff that I'm not going to be carrying around. Like, I don't need this extra 10mm, I don't need these pipe pistols, I don't even need these security batons and the switchblade. I'm going to store anything that I'm not going to be using out there in the world. Get rid of all this. I should probably get back the checkered shirt and slacks because that's apparently my charisma gear. Although if I find a black suit, I'm going to use that. But I wanna keep 1 piece of charisma gear on hand. All the aid, I'm not going to be using food in this one. I'm going to be relying completely upon the stim packs for healing, because you just find enough of those and food weighs a lot. I'm going to put away all the purified water. I'll keep the radix and rat away because that could be useful. Store the rad roach meat. Salisbury steak, sugar bomb, boop, 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 okay? And I'm just doing this to clear out weight. I just want to get rid of some weight here, folks. I'm going to keep the ammo on hand because that don't weigh anything. Normally I would set up a little locker over here for the fusion cores, but those don't weigh anything in normal mode either. So that's most of what I wanted to do in this particular episode, just to get myself started, so to speak, and I will join you next week when I actually begin the adventure. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Once again, I am Alex, also known as Solinus Dracon, and this has been Dankout 4. Thank you very much, and goodbye.